طيب, Bismillah. Before we go into the question and answers, inshallah, don't forget, guys, this Thursday will be our monthly lecture on Tawheed al-Ibadah. We don't speak about Tawheed al-Ibadah every month. We have different topics, but this month will be Tawheed al-Ibadah. And that's at 9:30 p.m. Please show your love and your support by signing up for the lecture on HadithDiscipleshop.com. Also, this Thursday after Asr, we'll have a Instagram live, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala, short lesson, questions and answers. Also, we're starting up a Wiswas or Waswasa support group counseling session or sessions, in which we will have a group, preferably 10 brothers and sisters, virtually, anonymously, if you choose to do that, with regards to group counseling for those who suffer from Wiswas. So don't forget to sign up for that, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala, as long as our other services that we provide at Hadith Disciple, of counseling, therapy, so on and so forth. Jazakumullah khair, and don't forget to like, to subscribe, to comment, and to support the channel if you choose to do so. Thank you very much. All right, so first question comes from initials AL from San Diego, California. Ustad, what is the best copy of Tirmidhi and other four Sunan? Even though I saw you said Tirmidhi is Jami'. Khair, inshallah. If you mean in Arabic, then there are many good versions of the book. One of the best versions of Tirmidhi, I would say, is Dr. Bashar Awad. And Allah knows best. And there are other good ones as well. Tayyip, AL, San Diego, California. May Allah preserve you, Sheikh. Is it true that every hadith Ibn Majah was singular in his week? Barakallahu fiqh. No, that's not true. With regards to the Zawa'id, there are some Zawa'id of Ibn Majah which are authentic, sound, and Allah knows best. SD, Palembang, Indonesia. Sometimes I'm afraid to forbid someone that eat with their left hand, especially older people that I respected, is hating it enough. The Prophet ﷺ says, whoever sees a bad or an evil or something wrong, he should change it. If you can't change it, speak out against it. If you can't speak out against it, hate it in your heart, and that's the weakest of faith. If you believe that it's haram to do so, make inkar, give nasiha. Obviously, the majority of the ulama hold the view that it's makruh. So they may be, it's a big possibility that an older brother or sister is of the teachings that it's only makruh. But it doesn't mean that you can't give them advice. You don't even have to say haram, halal. You can just give them advice. You can tell them about the hadith of the Prophet, eat with the right hand. You don't even have to clash and butt heads with them. All right? Let alone the fact that many people, they do things and their madhab, the madhab of their country is what they're doing, but they don't even know it. They're just doing it off of ignorance, eating with the left hand. So give them nasiha, teach them. You don't have to say nothing. Open up a book with them. Send them a text message. Get someone else to explain it to them. And Allah knows best. MK, London, UK. The maternal granddad of a girl has agreed to give the girl in marriage to me. He says he is sufficient as a wali. The father of the girl is alive. Will the marriage be okay? In general, yes. The grandfather can be the wali. And the scholars of Islam, they differ on who has the most right to be the wali. But inshallah, the grandfather is the wali. Bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. You know, there's detail with regards to paternal, maternal, father, grandfather, son, uncle. There's details with regards to that, based off of the rulings of inheritance. What's important is if the father is okay with it, it should be fine. If the father is not okay with it, make sure that the father is okay with it, because that's normally the traditional wali, and Allah knows best. Ali, Toronto, Canada. Does a person who listens to slander get the same punishment as a backbiter? Allahu A'lam if you get the same exact punishment, but you're definitely sitting upon munkar listening to it. MD, Atib, Telangana, India. Assalamu alaikum mufti. Is it possible that I'm a munafiq without me knowing? Inshallah ta'ala, you're not a munafiq. Beware of thinking that and saying that about yourself. If you're a munafiq, I don't think that you would be asking that question. Be mindful of wiswas. MK, London, UK. The father is another country. Do I still need to ask him permission? I'll tell you. MR, Lodi, California. Mufti, may you please explain the opinions on the permissibility of a woman reciting from the Mus'haf while on her menses? In danger of low iman, can she read as she would normally? The majority of the scholars hold the view is that she cannot do so, based off of the hadith of Abdullah ibn Umar collected in the Sunan, with regards to certain people not reading anything from the Quran. A ha'idh, mincing woman, a junub person. And based off of the narrations, La yamassu al-Qur'ana illa tahirun. No one is allowed to touch the Quran except for a tahir. Based off of the verse that states, none but the mutahharun are allowed to touch it. So those are some of the proofs and evidences that the majority of the fuqaha use to hold the view is that you're not allowed to touch the Quran, the copy of the Quran, without purification. And you're not allowed to recite the Quran if you're upon major hadith. Alright? That's the view of those scholars. And those other ulama, their view, and the proof of their view is they say that the proof is either weak or the proof is not direct. It isn't correct. It isn't directly to the point. Sarihud dilala. And that's the view that I adopt, is that it's permissible. But best to have wudu, for sure, and to be in a ghusl state, for sure. Wallahu alam. That's in brief. As far as a woman losing her iman or the iman growing low, then that's a valid concern. And that's one of the reasons why some of them say she's allowed to do it. 7 days every month, no Quran. 8 days. A woman may have a mens for 9 days or longer than that. No Quran. A third of the month. Every month. Forgetting the Quran, that's a problem. Wallahu alam. Bronx, New York, TA. As a layman, how do we differentiate between different grading of hadiths from both scholars you trust? How to approach weighing evidence if you don't know ilm al-hadith? Stick with your gut. Follow your heart. And if you can't decide both scholars are equal, then pick one of the two. Put their names in a bag or hat, shake it up and pull it out. Wallahu alam. Salam, Indy, Jaipur, India. Am I allowed to joke and have a normal conversation with my brother's wife while still trying to maintain distance? Jazakallah khairan. Hopefully there's nothing wrong with that, inshallah. There's nothing wrong with that as long as it's done respectfully. You're maintaining distance, hayat, shyness. You're not alone with her. You know the boundaries. Khairan, inshallah. GW, Winnipeg, Manitoba. Thoughts on people who say sheikhs and students should stick to heart softeners and ilm and not speak on politics and worldly issues. The Arabs and the scholars, they have a statement. Butlanuhu yughni an ibtalihi. Its falsity dispenses one from falsifying it. It's so false that it doesn't need to be declared or made false. Okay? Islam is only about heart softening. Islam only talks about Aqidah, and that's it, Tawheed. Don't talk about what's going on in the world today, what's happening in the world today. Be deaf, dumb, and blind. It's a huge, huge problem. As far as if they mean people who aren't qualified to talk about those affairs or things which will cause problems, bigger problems, that's a different story. But, I mean, how did the Muslims get in the state in which we are in today except for being deaf, dumb, and blind, hear no evil, see no evil, and, being like three monkeys, covering their ears, their eyes, their mouths, deaf, dumb, and blind. I don't know, politics, jihad, Middle East, this, I don't know. I'm just, Tawheed, that's it. Iman, okay? Don't sell haram products, don't sell pork, and that's it. That's all the Muslims need to know about. That's a huge problem. And that has led us to much of what we're in right now. And of course, there's an extreme to that as well. All you do is talk about politics. All you do is talk about world affairs. All a person does talk about is this and that, and ignores those other obligatory things. Islam and the Sunnah is balanced. Bottom line, period. Tayyip. Mahmoud G, Atlanta, Georgia. May Allah bless you, Sheikh. Inshallah, I'll try to make it to the Wednesday class on the 14th of July. Jazakallah khairan, barakallah feek. BF, Queens, New York. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Inshallah, it was Fajr 4 a.m. and I'm praying 4:15. What is the best time to pray the 2 rak'ahs? Sunnah, Fajr, Jazakallah khairan. Pray right after the adhan. If you're not praying with the adhan or you're away from the Jama'ah, pray after it comes in, inshallah. Khayr, inshallah, we'll stop here tonight, guys. Jazakumullah khairan. It's very late. Hopefully, we'll try to get to the rest of the questions another time. Thanks a lot for tuning in. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.